Hey y'all, it's Kaylin and welcome back to my channel. So, as you guys know, I transitioned for 2 years, so you know I can't forget the transitioners out there. So I thought I would give you guys this how I successfully transitioned from relaxed to natural hair video. And before I get into this video, if you guys are new to my channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. That'll really help me out. And check out some other videos on my channel after this one. And yeah, let's get into it. So I attempted to go natural twice before I actually succeeded. And the reason why I failed twice was because I wasn't watching natural hair YouTube videos at that time, so I was still straightening my hair, and I don't think that I even knew about doing like transitioning styles, like that you have to do twist outs and braid outs. So the more new growth that I was getting, the harder and harder and harder it was to like straighten my hair. And since it was so hard to like get like the blow dryer teeth and stuff through my hair, I'm just like forcing it. So I'm adding like so much heat to my hair, trying to get it straightened, that I was damaging my new growth. And then another reason why I failed is basically because I was just letting the criticism of other people get to me. Like everybody was saying, oh, don't go natural, you don't have that type of hair, your hair is nappy. But I personally had to finally get to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going natural for me. Like, I'm not doing this for nobody else. If you don't like it, it's not your head. So after I got that mindset is when I attempted to go natural for the third time. And the third time I finally succeeded. So I started watching YouTube videos from people who actually long-term transitioned. I just felt like I got the best advice from people who actually did it. So obviously the second thing that I did after watching YouTube videos was I stopped getting a relaxer. And literally I had came home for like Christmas break during the school year, and as I was sitting in my beautician's chair, I had literally made up my mind that that was my last time that I was gonna ever get a relaxer again. So I started doing twist outs, braid outs, bantu knots. Really, mainly I was doing braid outs and bantu knots. Those were my two go-tos. So when I first started, it was really easy because my hair was basically still permed at that point. Like at most I had like maybe an inch of new growth. But once I hit like 3 inches of new growth, that's when my hair started to get like unmanageable. Like, well, not unmanageable, but that's when it became like a lot more difficult to deal with. So once my hair actually became like a lot more difficult to deal with and I got like a decent amount of natural hair, that's when I switched and started using like actual natural hair products. Because like I was using just some basic conditioner that really didn't have no slip. I didn't even know what slip was. Like I thought what I was using was cool, but once I found a conditioner that had some slip, like some real slip, that's when I was like, oh, okay, like this is what people was talking about when they were talking about slip. And the conditioner that I used like during my transition was an Aussie Moist 3-Minute Miracle. That was my go-to conditioner. It made my shower routine so much easier. Shampoo, I was just using any old shampoo because shampoo, it really don't matter. But conditioner, that Aussie Moist 3-Minute Miracle, that was my savior during my transition. So once my hair started to become a lot more difficult to manage, it also started to not last as long. So I got into a routine of washing my hair every single week for 2 years, the entire 2 years that I transitioned. And mainly I had to do that, 1, to re-moisturize my hair, and then 2, to get rid of tangles, because at first I wasn't properly detangling my hair because it was so hard. Then one time I went to the beautician to get my hair straightened, and I'll talk about straightening my hair later. But I went to the beautician to get my hair straightened, and she was basically like tripping because she was like, your hair is locking. And I believed it because I was not properly detangling my hair. Like I was like, oh, this section is hard, on to the next section. Like I wasn't detangling from my roots to my ends. I was really just detangling what was easy. That Aussie Moist 3-Minute Miracle really made it easy to detangle my hair, and getting from my roots to the ends detangled was a breeze. And another thing, like at first I was using shampoo every week when I was transitioning, but my hair was already dry, so I stopped using shampoo every week during my transition, and I only did it once a month. Because unless your hair is like dirty, you really don't have to shampoo your hair every single week. And I didn't shampoo my hair every week for a while. The only reason why I do it now is really because I found shampoos that are like pretty moisturizing, and I just got into the habit of doing it. But while I was transitioning, I was shampooing once a month because my hair was already too dry and I needed as much moisture as possible. Another thing that I did was from the very beginning of my transition, and if you go way back into my channel, you'll see the 2 videos, but I started taking weekly pictures of my new growth. Like every time I wash my hair, I would snap a few pictures of like my curls and stuff just to keep me motivated and to help me keep track of my progress. Because as you guys know, people are always like, oh, my hair isn't growing, but like if you see it every single day, you're probably not gonna notice because you see it every day. But like if you have like progress pictures, you can see like, oh dang, 4 months ago my hair was this long, now my hair is this long, you know what I'm saying? So the progress pictures really helped me just stay motivated and see that like my hair really was growing. But also I knew after 2 years, like my hair was like this long, so it had to be like 10-12 inches. So I knew after 2 years my hair, like when I did my big chop, it should be back where it started. But when I was transitioning, my transitioning styles, they never lasted me long. And I talked about this in videos before, but my styles never lasted long. Like they literally lasted 1 day, 2 if I was lucky. But I honestly think that me not deep conditioning played a major role in why my hair wasn't lasting long. So I wore buns a lot. Like I would wear my hair like out for like 1 or 2 days because that's as long as it lasted, and then I would throw it back into a bun. So because my hair wasn't lasting, I always did my hair the day before an event, and I would take down the style the day of the event because that's the only day that my hair would look nice. And I also just got comfortable wearing buns, like I had to. And also going back to the straightening thing, if I had somewhere like important to go, like I wanted to look my best, like I didn't want to do these little transitioning styles, I would get my hair straightened. Now in Chicago, like everybody grew up with a beautician. So I did have my beautician that I trust and I know how she works, like I know how she takes care of people's hair. So when I wanted to get my hair straightened, I told y'all that me straightening my hair, that was not the thing for me because I didn't know what I was doing. So I went to get my hair professionally straightened. But I ain't straightened my hair like that. Like I'll say like within the 2 years that I was transitioning, I had to have straightened my hair. I can't remember, but it was somewhere between 5 and 10. And when I straightened my hair, I wore my hair straight for a month because that's a whole month that I don't gotta do nothing to my hair. It could just be as it is and I don't have to be bothered. But when I was transitioning, the way that I moisturized my hair was I would just wake up every day, get some oil, rub it in my hair, and then just, you know, just scrunch it in there. And I'm not gonna lie, that was too much. Like I did not have to moisturize my hair every day. Every other day probably would have been better because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my shit was looking like a Jerry curl. Like that was too much. And honestly, the reason why I wasn't using product every day to moisturize my hair is because oil is cheaper. And during my transition, I was cheap. I was not spending money on nothing that I didn't need. So when I did straighten my hair, I would be like, okay, in 3 months, I have an event that I'm going to that I want to look nice for. So I'm gonna wear my styles for 3 months up into that event, and then I'll wear my hair straight for the 1 month and then go back to my styles. And then I'll be like, okay, it's another event coming up in 2 months. So I'm gonna wear my hair in this style for 2 months and then straighten it, you know? And when I was getting my hair straightened, like I told you, I went to somebody who I know takes care of the health of your hair. So when I was getting my hair straightened, I didn't get no heat damage at the end of my transition. I know if I were to do it myself, I probably would have had heat damage. And if I noticed that I was getting heat damage or whatever, then I wouldn't have straightened it at all. But I was cool like when I was getting my hair straightened. And I also retained like all my length when I transitioned. My hair wasn't like broken off or like choppy looking or anything. And that's good because that's the entire point of transitioning, so that you can retain your length and you want it to look healthy. And like I said, I was getting my hair straightened a couple times, so why would I want like some broken off, jagged, choppy ends with my straight hair? And when I got my hair straightened, that's when I got it trimmed. And I didn't really care how much she trimmed off because it was gonna be cut off at some point anyway. So even when you're transitioning, it's still important to like be gentle with your relaxed hair, because that's the whole reason why we're transitioning, is so that we can hold on to our relaxed hair until we're ready to cut it off. But even though my hair was like super dry, like y'all, my hair was super dry. That's why I had to moisturize it every day. But because of the fact that I was moisturizing my hair every single day, that's that's why I was able to retain length. Like when I finally reached my 2-year mark, y'all, my hair was long. Like I didn't even want to do my big chop because I was like, dang, like my hair has never been this long. But just to describe my hair routine, every week I would get in the shower, once a month shampoo. Every week I would condition my hair. Get my Aussie Moist 3-Minute Miracle, put my hair in sections, get my wide tooth comb, and just detangle each section and then just tie it back up so it doesn't detangle. I wash out the conditioner and then that was it. I take my shower or whatever. Then I told y'all like I was deconditioning wrong. So I was putting in regular conditioner and sit under my hooded dryer for an hour and then I would rinse it out. Didn't do nothing. So basically that was like an unnecessary step and a waste of time. The way that I did my transitioning style was literally like, I think I sectioned off my hair. Then I would take one piece at a time, put moisturizer on it, and the moisturizer that I used was the Cantu Leave-In Conditioner Repair Cream. I think it was $5 at the time, and that was maybe even $3, but that was my go-to. I used that one product and I never used another product until I finished my transition. So I used that product every single time. I would put that on my hair as the moisturizer, detangle, apply oil, apply gel, and then I would just braid it up or Bantu knot it. And if I braided it, I put my little perm rod on the end just to, you know, so that the end would be curly. And that was it. So basically I would go to bed, have my fan going, and then my hair would normally be dry the next morning, and then I'll take it out. And that was my routine every week for 2 years. So yeah, y'all, that's basically how I ended up successfully transitioning from relaxed to natural. The hardest part is really just your mindset. Like I said, once you get your routine going, you really just gotta wait it out and just be patient until your time is up. It's not really much that you can do. Once it's over, you will be so thankful. Like you will be so happy that you finally made it. Like y'all, for real, I am so glad that I do not have a relaxer. So yeah, that's how I successfully transitioned from relaxed to natural hair.